Okay, the San Francisco 49ers have a little uncertainty in the best way. And this is what great teams have. They have uncertainty on who to start because they just flat out have too much talent. And by the way, there's one answer here. And I'm going to get to what my answer is, and I want you to comment on what your answer is. But let's get to the article showing you the 49ers right guard spot, uncertain heading into the playoffs. Okay, so let's talk about what happened here. Offensive line coach and run game coordinator Chris Forrester on Wednesday indicated there's some uncertainty on the offensive front with who is going to start at right guard. So, as we know, Spencer Burford was given the job in training camp. He's young. You had Feliciano behind him, and you're like, all right, Feliciano's a good player, but he's that veteran guy who can play guard, he can play center, and you really want to be able to have him be able to work in throughout all that kind of stuff. He was brought in for depth. In fact, John Feliciano, if you're not familiar with this channel, we're Lions fans. We have Sports Talk Detroit. We have another channel, Sports Talk Extra, but we were doing Niners videos on that, and we're like, you know what? San Francisco needs their own channel. So we started this one. We love watching the Niners and giving you an honest take. And so Burford got this out. Oh, that's what I was talking about. This is, hello, a squirrel. So anyways, Feliciano has already been linked in the offseason to go to Detroit because we got Graham Glasgow last year to kind of do the same thing that you got John Feliciano for this last year / this year. All right, which was, hey, come in if you need to. If one of our guards or center gets hurt, you're the guy. It's that simple. And that's exactly what he did. And Burford ended up getting hurt later in the year. So what they're saying is it threw the team starting O-line into question. All right, he said, we're working through that right now, Forrester told reporters in a press conference. John we were working through some things the last week of the season. I think we're going to see. Probably you'll see some of both guys in the game as far as who starts and who doesn't. Although I'm not sure at this point. Wow, this is come on now. All right. I think we're working out through the week, and it could be a hot hand thing. Could be let one guy just go with it and see. I don't know. Both guys have been working, and we have to have flexibility in there. We have to have flexibility in there. That is the key here. Because when you're looking at who should be playing, it is not even close. All right, Spencer Burford. All right, now drafted in 2022 out of the Roadrunners, the Fighting Roadrunners of UTSA. All right, University of Texas, San Antonio. He's a 4th-round pick. He's still only 23 years old. I think he can continue to get better. I really, really do. He allowed 5 sacks. He committed 9 penalties. All right. He allowed 33 pressures on 846 snaps. His pass blocking grade via PFF was 28. That's one of the worst pass blocking grades I've seen on an offensive lineman. His run blocking grade was serviceable at 62.6. Now let's look at our boy John Feliciano. All right, 8 years the senior, actually 9 years the senior. Wait, I can do math. It's 8 years. All right, he's 31, almost 32. He's played 480 snaps. He has an overall grade of 81.2, a pass blocking grade of a serviceable 66, and a run blocking grade of a very good 87. He has allowed 0 sacks. He has allowed 15 pressures. All right, he is better at this point in their careers. Burford is still learning. Feliciano has yet to have a sharp decline of skills and abilities. All right. He's bigger. He's 20 pounds bigger. All right. There's a lot of things that allows him to be a good player. Now, if you put, I don't know how else to say it, but if you put them in the right position, yeah, they can be okay. So you got Brendel at center, you got McKivitz at right tackle, and this is where they scoot in there. If it was left guard where Banks is, I could even understand putting Burford in there because you can kind of lose him between two good players. But in the right guard, McKivitz isn't quite good enough yet to make up for the loss that Burford is. So why is it even a conversation? I'm going to tell you why. It's because Feliciano can play anywhere. So if Banks, Brendel, or Burford, if any of them get hurt, if anything happens to any of them, Feliciano is a plug-and-play player. And you just keep going. And the continuity of the offensive line is still 4/5 intact. However, if you start Feliciano at right guard and Banks or Brendel go out with an injury, you need to shuffle Feliciano to that position and you need to put Burford in at right guard. So there's a lot of shuffling that goes on. All right. This offensive line functioned very well with Burford struggling. They still were able to function, and they want to be able to keep that unity in the offensive line. We've been in this position as Detroit Lions fans. We had Halapului Vati Vaitai. All right, there's a name for you. All right, Big V. And so he injured his back. And so before that, he was starting at right guard, even though it could be argued that Graham Glasgow was a better right guard. All right, it could be argued. Big V was playing better than Burford, but it could be argued that Glasgow was the better right guard. But they kept Glasgow on the bench because that way, if Jonah Jackson, if Frank Ragnow were to get hurt, you could just plug and play. And then when Vaitai got hurt and Glasgow came in at right guard, we actually saw this play out. Jonah Jackson spent a few games injured. Frank Ragnow was dealing with a couple of injuries, as he usually is, dude is a gamer. And the line shuffled all over the place. And on the fly, you could absolutely tell the difference. And for a team like the 49ers who loves to lean on Christian McCaffrey, who loves to lean on the run game, who loves play action, who loves to set up things in that form, it's important to have. So my hope is that they make a decision and they go with it. If it were me, and I'm not it, all right? I'd be saying, Feliciano, you are the playoff vet. Go get in there and make it happen. That's what I would be saying. But I understand the other side of it as well if they feel like the gap's not big enough. So anyways, hope you like it. The 49ers have a great problem on their hands, and they may have found a new starter on the offensive line. The question is, which new starter will it be? All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Like and subscribe if you haven't. We want to be a go-to source for you for 49ers football. See ya.